Reddit, what is your best, and that's why I got banned story? When I was 21 I just got a job at a sports bar in Florida, as a line cook. During a New Year's Eve party I imbibed copious amounts of Long Island iced teas. The countdown began and we watched the ball dropping on the big screen. As everyone screamed Happy New Year I saw a hot older blonde standing next to me and decided to give her a kiss. Not being a very confident guy I went for a quick smack on the lips. As I pulled away she grabbed my head, pulled me back and proceeded to throw her tongue down my throat. We made out for what seemed like forever but was in reality only about 10-15 seconds. Just enough time for the one of the owners to see me with my hand on his wife's ass and my tongue in her mouth. My co-worker and roommate got between him and I just in time and I was able to get out of there without a beat down. It was never made official but I just assumed I was banned for life from entering the establishment again. Well, you can probably go back, I just wouldn't eat the food. I was banned from Albertsons, SoCal grocery store, for buying bananas in a gorilla suit without using words. I paid for them and everything. Everyone but the security manager thought it was funny. We have an Albertsons here in Wyoming also, and the only person I've seen banned borrowed a cane. He then twirled it drunkenly into the face of the old lady it belonged to. I was a mod on GameFAQs when I was 9. Then one day I mentioned that I was 9. I freaking knew the mods there were 9. I got banned from this burger joint called Blondie's for pointing out their scam. Background story, this hole-in-the-wall burger shop is famous in Winnipeg for giant burgers. 6 friends and I decided we were going to take the 9LB burger challenge. To actually order it you have to call in advance and prepay because cooking it is a big job. So my friend Trev calls in a week before to order and pay for the burger. It comes to $85. The next week we show up to eat. We all order canned drinks at $1.50 each. A couple of us order the milkshake, which is horribly overpriced at $10 already. So the total of the day, without the prepaid burger, is 7x 1.50 canned drinks and 3x 10.00 milkshakes. So $40.50. When the first guy goes up to pay for his canned drink, the cashier rings it up for $18.83. Asking why so much for one canned drink, the cashier points out a sign on a chalkboard stating groups larger than 6 have to pay 15% gratuity. Thinking the first guy got hit with it, the second goes up and gets charged $30 for his shake. Turns out they wanted to charge 15% gratuity to each person on the total price, including the prepaid burger. 15% compounded over 7 people is 105% gratuity, more than the entire cost of the meal. I decided to go up next and question this system and try to explain their bad math skills. The cashier gets all defensive saying she's just doing her job and asks me for another $18 for my canned drink. I explain again that 105% gratuity is extortion and that the first 2 people have already paid more than we owe and we won't pay them for the price of the meal twice. Owner cook then flips out on me, saying well let them pay whatever they want but you're not allowed back here, pointing at me. So I'm banned for being able to calculate a bill properly. Anytime the story comes up I tell people not to eat at Blondie's in Winnipeg. My friend gets trashed at the zoo and proceeds to hop over the outer cage of the lion's den. In the blink of an eye, he whips out his penis and begins shaking it at said lions in a violent, angry fashion. He's screaming insults at them, at one point calling them out for not being as cool as bears, until the police arrive. He is promptly arrested and banned from the zoo for life. The best part of the story occurred while the arresting officer was entering my friend's name into their system. The cop decided to give him an alias. He can now be found in our city's police database under the pseudonym The Lion Tamer. I was convinced this would end with someone's penis being eaten. I was in 10th grade global history and we were reviewing for the final, doing some kind of quiz game. One of the girls in class was asked who Gandhi is, and was clearly stumped by this. I whispered to her that he committed genocide in India. She repeated this to the teacher. I was kicked out of class for the period. Honestly, that sounds like a reward. I got banned from Second Life for flying around in cities in a huge penis. I was banned from a math chat room for suggesting that 5 should be used as a shorthand for LOL. It took me way too long to realize that was a binary joke. My favorite local pub is across the alley from the Church of Scientology. It's really easy to get drunk and then wander into the church. Last time it happened, I was adamant about using their spa to remove the toxins from my body. Instead, they wanted to show me a video. During the video, a friend I was with suggested a threesome with the brainwashed hottie showing us around. Needless to say, the guards descended and we were banned from Church of Scientology. I still make it a point to ask them if I can use their sauna after any time I've been drinking. My brother's friend got deported from Portugal for punching a dolphin. Claimed it tried to bite him. Canada. Well, their border guards told a friend and I that we were too drunk to enter the country and to sleep it off and try again when we were sober. My dad and some of his friends got very drunk on the way to Canada. The driver was sober. When they got to the border, they were asked to state their business, and before the driver could answer, one of the guys in the back yelled, "We've come to frick the Queen." Needless to say, they did not get into Canada that day. I got banned from a cake decorating forum for calling someone out on using boxed cake mixes in cakes that she was selling. Thug life. When Sanctuary Goth Club in Toronto was open, I learned the hard way that they don't let you dance naked, despite what the song says. There's a club near me that every night or Saturday night or something, there's a guy who will come in and take off all his clothes during the "It's Getting Hot in Here, so take off all your clothes" song. He sets them in the corner and dances naked. Then he gets his clothes and puts them back on. They used to kick him out, stop him, but now they just let him. So, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Our friend and I are hanging out, bored and unable to sleep with our typical insomnia. We don't have enough money for clubs or alcohol. In fact, we have a bit less than $1.50. So we drive to Walmart to see what we can entertain ourselves with for just over $1. We stumble upon a kite. Hey, I haven't flown a kite since I was a kid, and neither had he. It seemed like a great way to kill an hour or two, so we bought the kite. Unfortunately, at 2 AM, there often isn't any wind, as was the case on this particular night. I, a big problem solver than I am, point out that we only need relative wind speed, and that my car has a sunroof. It turns out it is very difficult, but not impossible, to fly a kite out of the sunroof of a car. It also turns out that you can get kicked out of a Walmart parking lot for doing so. Getting kicked out of a parking lot is hard to beat for classiness. Till the wind turns off at 2 AM. I got kicked out of a restaurant because I called for a delivery order while sitting at a table in the restaurant. You have been visited by the masonry dog. You'll never deal with an earthquake or sinkhole if you comment "Lay the foundation, Papa." If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day, you magnificent people.